Hello, good morning everyone. Thank you for coming to join me. It's a beautiful, bright, sunny but cold day here in the UK. I just wanted to bring you along on my next journal that I'm making. If you watch Amy, Crafty Cat USA, and I'll put a link to her YouTube below, we're doing a collaboration. Amy, well, I asked Amy if she could do a tall, thin journal kit. And she thought that she might like to do it in Sherlock Holmes, which is absolutely perfect. And she's done this fabulous kit, a Sherlock Holmes kit, and I'm just so thrilled to be doing a collaboration with her. What we're going to do is we're each going to make a journal, and then we're going to swap the journals with each other. So Amy put this kit together, so it's her kit. She has used some images that I sent her. I've got a couple of Sherlock Holmes books. I've got a really vintage Strand magazine. I mean, you can see the state of this. It's one that my husband gave me. He's had it in his wardrobe for years and years and years. And this is actually from either 1899 or 1900. I think it was 1900. Strand magazine, just absolutely falling to bits. But in the Strand magazines was published The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. And I think that these were published in like the Strand magazine before he had a book published. So I think his first book was published in something like, I don't know, 1892 or something. So I had lots of nice little images that are now, copyright free. So I've photocopied them and, well, I took photos of some and sent them to her. So it's got quite a few Sherlock Holmes stories in it, but it's got other things in it as well. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. So it's got lovely pictures in it. I did think about using some of these pages in this journal, but I'm not sure how they would fare, whether they would just crack and break or not. But I might well use some of those images in it. So that's that one that I've got. And I've also, for a long time, I purchased ages ago at one of the charity shops where I live, the complete Sherlock Holmes. And this has the same images in it. So those images are by Sidney Paget, and they're the same images. Pages upside down, look. The same images that are in the Strand magazine. So I've got all these pages, all these lovely, lovely pages of Sherlock Holmes. So I'm really happy to be doing a Sherlock journal. So I thought that I would bring you along with me. I've printed off Amy's kit, which is just, I love it. I think that might be one of the images that I sent her. If not, it's one that she's got for herself. Oh, and she also asked me, I was away on holiday at the time, and she said if I saw any letters or numbers or interesting walls or anything, if I could take pictures and send them to her. And she's actually included some bits of that in this kit as well. So I'm super excited, and also super excited because it's called Holmes Carols Case. So it's my case. Love it. So I've got the kit printed out. I've got all sorts that I've gone through. I've gone through what I've got of Amy's kit, and I've printed bits and pieces that I think might be useful. I've printed her, I think this is, Amy, you'll correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the industrial kit, I think. Ruston numbers, I know that is. I think that's the industrial kit. But I thought these pages would be good as well to decorate the journal with. So it's going to be a bit of a mix and match, which I do like to do. I like to mix different kits together. Amy's kit also comes with one of her large letter window envelopes that you can do. They don't fit the UK size envelopes, but you don't need to. You can make these into an envelope without that. And she's also got some lovely ephemera pieces as well. So I'm going to be using these as well. I'm so excited to be doing this one. I really am. So I'm going to be using those. They come with the kit. And then I've pulled out little bits and pieces that I've had left over. I've got some steampunky type bits. And then I've got these letters and numbers and typewriter bits that I printed out ages ago. So I've got those as well. So I'm going to be doing, I think that's from Mrs. Cogg. She has some quotes, Sherlock Holmes. So I've overwhelmed myself, I think, at the minute with what I want to do. But the main thing that I want to do is work with Amy's kit. Right. So what I thought I would do today is bring you along. I just want to put the pages together so that I've actually made a start. So in the UK, our paper size is slightly different than in the US. So if I print full page, it cuts off a little bit at the edge. So I shrink to fit, which gives me a finished paper size of, let me do it without the halves. That's about 10, just shy of 10.5 tall and 8 inches wide. So that's going to give me a journal that's, say, 10.5 by 4. I've backed them as well with Amy's papers, and I think these could be the industrial kits as well. So I haven't folded them. All I've done is print them and cut off the edges. I've done nothing more. The game is afoot. They are just fabulous. I love them. I haven't decided anything more than that. Could have been a picture I sent her out of my book. I can't remember. I just took pictures of some and sent them. You can see when they're folded how cool they look. Number 30 there. That could have been a number I sent her. But Amy also has lots of numbers that she's taken pictures of as well. Love these criminal pictures. Oh, I'm going to sneeze one moment. Sorry, sneezing. The game is afoot. And then these, Amy's kit comes with 3 backing pages as well. So I think there's 3 in it. There they are on the train, Dr. Watson. My printer is started pulling slightly to one side, so I've got a white strip down them, but I'm not going to worry about that because that'll either get, if I have to trim these down, it'll get cut off, or what I might do, I might put a border or an edge on those just so that you don't see that white strip. But when I finish, there won't be a white strip there. They are the Hound of the Baskervilles. This image here, I don't know if you can see, it's very faint in the background. It's a house. That's actually a house that I would love to live in the Lake District, in a place called Keswick. I just took a picture of the gate because I thought it looked quite in-fitting for when she said she was doing a Sherlock Holmes kit. And I think she's included things like private no entry I sent her, I think. And there's somewhere there's a wall, a brick wall bit that I sent as well. So it really is a collaboration between us that we've done. But it's all Amy's work. She's so clever. It says Holmes applies his deduction methods, and there's lots of I was going to say microscopes. They're not at all. They're the word escapes me. It has escaped me. My brain's gone kaput. So I've got those. So all I'm going to do is, what do I want as I might use that as the first one. I'm not going to put them together in any particular order. I'm just going to put them together. I think there's 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's Dr. Watson. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So that's already at 11 pages. And I hope it all fits in screen. So what else do I want to do? I've got some music paper. And if you know Sherlock Holmes at all. He plays the violin, so I think it would be fitting to put some music paper in. How do I want it to go in? Don't know. That's in the too difficult box at the minute. I've got some pages from the Sherlock Holmes book that I've tea-dyed. That one would work. That one would work. I think that's from The Hound of the Baskervilles. That one would work. Oh, look, there's that image. I won't be able to find it now, but that is one of the images on Amy's papers. I don't know if you can see it. It's the same one, except it's reversed. Okay, so what do I want to use? I think I want to use the Baskervilles. And which one is that? The Return of Sherlock, or the Dancing Men. So I'll use those two, I think. Move those others out of the way, but I'll probably be using those to decorate. So I'm going to fold this roughly in half. And I think obviously it's going to be too long. So I think that what I want to do is I'm going to fold it in. I'm going to fold it down. Let's just roughly get the size. So it's going to be kind of a top tuck. I will probably put something on that though, you know, cover it so that it's a top tuck or strengthen it. Some of the papers are a little bit torn, but that will go nicely. So I don't know where I'm putting them at the minute, but I'm just going to put them in. And obviously that will need either, I don't know that I could fold it back if I'm going to have a top tuck. I suppose I could, because I could stitch the top tuck. So at the minute, I'm going to fold it. I'm just going to do a little fold. I might regret that. Who knows? And then there on the back, that's a bit crinkly, isn't it? Doesn't matter. Everything can be resolved. And then this one the same. I'm going to fold in half. I think I need to cut this edge off because it's very crinkly. So I'm just going to take that off just to get rid of those. It's got a little bit of glue stuck to it from the previous bit. And so that will get folded as well. But I think I'm going to fold that at the bottom. About there. So that will have a bottom tuck. I'm not worried about any splits in the page at the moment. I'll sort that out as we get to it. So I'm just going to shove that in. I just want to get a feel for the journal at the moment. Good, I'm just going to fold that over. I don't want to put any lace or anything on this, but I might look for some dark fabrics and maybe put some tabs on it or something. It starts to feel chunky quite quickly when you make these, I think. I've also got some old vintage from that says 1873. So this is old document that I've got, and I think I do want to include that. So I'm going to put one of those in. I'm probably going to need to split these up a little bit more. I might put two of those in actually. That one's got lots of writing on, so I think I might put that one in as well. And that one's too long, so I will need to cut that one down. Okay, I've got some coffee dyed paper, so I wanted to put a couple of sheets of coffee dyed paper in as well. I haven't been counting. Has anybody been counting with me what I'm putting in? I quite like those 2 pages together. But then I like those 2 pages together as well. I think I might put one of the coffee dyeds in there. And that will need to be cut down. Quite like that one. So I think I will put that one in as well. That's the centre. That can go there. Okay, let's just have a look. Just remind myself how many I've got in at the moment. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that, 6, 7, 8, 9, like that, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I have got this old, I think it's an old dictionary book page, and I think I might put that in. I think that's tall enough, isn't it? Yeah, it can be a bit short, but I think that's okay. Or do I want to put it in that way? I think I want to put it in so it's the right way up. That is certainly way too long, so let me just cut that at 10.5, because I said it was roughly 10.5, didn't I? Where shall I put that? I think I might keep that with nothing between it, so I think I might put that there. And again, that's too wide for sure, so that's going to need cutting down. Not that I think Sherlock Holmes needs a dictionary. Which did I say I liked together? I think I might leave that together. And then leave that together. So I think I want something to go in there. And I've got some really crinkly, messy paper. It's just been used for backgrounds. I'm going to snip that at about 4 inches wide. And I will snip it at about 10.5, just so I've got it roughly the right size. And I suppose I am going then with this for it to be kind of a grungy. In which case, do I want that to be the 10.5? I think I do. I think I do. Keep those little bits, Carol. And I just like that because I like it. So how many did that give me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That's quite chunky, isn't it? But I do want to put some music paper in. I do want to put some music paper in. Okay, I'm going to put music paper in. I am going to cut it so it's a little bit shorter, so it's just a bit more manageable. And I'm going to keep these little bits because I want to stamp things on those. Things on them. Yeah. That's 4 inches wide. I think I want these to have flippy things. So I'm going to cut it off at 6. I'm going to keep those as well. Oh, and then I need it to be 10.5, don't I? I might regret this, cutting it, but too late now, it's cut. So I'm going to cut that at 10.5. That might still be that little bit too long as well. But where to put it? Where indeed? I could put it between a couple, or I could put it next to one of those. I might put it here actually, next to that grungy paper. And then that I will fold and it'll be a flip. So I'm going to fold that one there. And then I will fold that in as well. Okay. So there I've got my papers put together. I'll trim them down and come back and show you what I've got. So bear with me. Okay, this is where I'm at. So I may need to trim some off here, but I don't particularly want to, because the more you trim off, the more you lose of the actual kit page. You know, I start cutting into Sherlock Holmes and things, so I'll see, but I don't want them to get tatty. So let's just have a look at what we've got as a first run through. So we've got 1, 2, 3. I'll probably cut that off. 4, 5, like that. 6, 7. Oops, didn't put it back in the right place. 8, that's got a flip. 9, not sure about that. 10, I like that though. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 pages. So I definitely don't need any more pages in there. And I like the way it looks when I flip through it. So I think that's what I'm going to work with and see where it gets to. So I'll go and confuse myself a little bit more on what I want to do and where I want to do it. But I will certainly come back and show you a couple of videos on putting this together. And I hope you like Amy's kit, because I know I do. Love it. Thank you so much for this, Amy. Really appreciate it. And I hope you're going to enjoy using it too. Take care, folks, and I'll see you soon. Bye.